Sometimes when people see that you're building things and you are trying to invest in becoming and being someone, they don't like it. And the reason that they don't like it is many reasons. It could be that they think that you know something that they don't, or it could be that they are simply jealous or envious, or it could also be that they see that you're living a life that they've always wanted and they made the wrong choices, or at least the wrong choices in their eyes, to get to a place where they don't want to be. And then they're mad at you for their own past mistakes. And you think to yourself, that doesn't make a lot of sense, Thaddeus. What are you talking about? Well, that's the case. And sometimes people are really actually joyful for you and they want to see you succeed. They want to see that you're a confident, capable individual. And really that's what this topic for today is about, is rugged individualism. It's become pretty obvious that the world, and the online world anyway, is really, at least in just the videos that I've done, I'm in the 80s right now for the videos that I've done for YouTube. And it's funny how often the most like confrontational and the most like, I don't want to say bashing on narcissists, but really just like exposing them and calling them out, because I'm not bashing really on anybody, but I know that can kind of seem how it comes across to, well, people that are narcissists. And who really cares what a lot of the narcissists think anyway, because meh, like you don't have the energy to really give a crap. And that's really what I also want to talk about as well, is that on my healing journey, I was often very afraid of not giving a crap about life anymore, not giving a crap about just people. And it's not that I don't care about people anymore. It's just that I have learned who's more worth my time to care about, because I only have a finite amount of time on this planet, and to just bottle up feelings isn't good, but to express them to the proper people and to talk about your feelings, if you can't talk to the people that you want to talk to about them, like let's say you're at work or something and there's a person that is in your department or is in another department that is causing you some trouble, and you can't really talk to your boss about it because for some reason the boss and this person that is giving you trouble is, they're tight, they're close. And so there's a conflict of interest there. And so what do? Well, you can't really bottle up your feelings. So there would be someone else that you go to for support, or you would just carry on and keep your mouth shut and do your work, which honestly isn't really like, sometimes that's the best thing to do, is to just shut up and do your thing. But I also know that there are a lot of people on this channel, and a lot of the new people that have just joined over the past few days have talked and commented on just what their experiences have been like, and with narcissists specifically. And I want to talk about a Bible verse from Matthew 7:21 through 23. It says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, 'Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? Have we not cast devils in your name and done many wonders in your name?' And then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, those who practice lawlessness. And that's Jesus speaking at the end there to these people. So what am I getting at here? Well, a lot of the times these people that praise one thing and do another are often doing it for their image. Now, on this channel, I like to keep it real. Just in life, really, I like to keep it real. I'm not a pessimist by any sorts. I'm not a nihilist, but I'm not really an optimist. I'm not an optimist either. I'm a realist, and I like to be optimistic, but I don't like to be an optimist. If anything, I'm more of an individualist. And to be a rugged individualist, you have to understand what this verse is really saying. It's not, Jesus is saying, I never knew you. Depart from me, those who practice lawlessness. What he's saying is that whether you're looking at this from a biblical perspective or like a story perspective or anything, if God says to you, I never knew you, then that means that you are not with God and God is not with you. And even if you say that we're prophesying in your name, or you're casting out demons in your name, we've done many wonders in your name, and yet you do not do the will of the Father in heaven, of God, then who are you? Who really are you? You don't really know who you are if you haven't spent time with God. And God is, I don't think God is love. I think love is God. And to spend time with God is to spend time with love and to understand what love really is. And one of the other comments that I've seen recently, there was this guy that was talking about understanding more self-love after the narcissistic relationship and more having a respect for that self-love. And I thought, yeah, exactly. That is exactly what the goal is here, is to have respect for love and to understand that some people, well, the world needs people that want to do things, but those people that want to do things also need love as their oxygen. And in order to have love as their oxygen, they need to not seek that love from, well, narcissists definitely, but anything outside themselves. And to realize that to be in this moment, to be in the flow, to be a channel and a vessel for the creation of God, and to be a vessel of the ancestral life, that is where you understand and you not only love that part of yourself, but you love the oneness of that all, of it all. And sometimes this is also very interesting in the verse here. It says, I never knew you, depart from me. I think it's interesting that, God's also saying here that sometimes it's best to clean up the mess that other people have made, and sometimes it's better to just let people clean up their own mess. And I know for a lot of people on this channel, likely, seeing that most of us have been through some kind of narcissistic abuse, at least we've had a tendency in the past to be people pleasers, because that's where we sought that validation and that conditional love. And I want to also make it clear that love really is conditional to a large degree. That's exactly what God is saying here too, is if you don't know me, then I can't give you the love that you seek. And well, how do you get to know God? You spend time with him. And by spending time with yourself, you in turn spend time with the source of creation. And you build. you build something, a lot of the times, this is something I've learned recently, is that most people don't build in life. They move in. And most of the time, people will come when you build things. Like, for example, this channel. I didn't really have any expectations. I just knew that I wanted to share a message. And so for months, I made videos and I had hardly any views. And now I'm getting to the point to where I'm actually getting some traction, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very grateful for it. And I'm glad that a lot of these messages are resonating with people. But I also want to make it clear that I'm not going to change the kind of messaging that I have just to fit people's ideals of what they think that I should be. And I would hope that you do the same in your life, that the image that I'm portraying here and the image that you're portraying in your life or in the Matrix or whatever, everywhere you go, at your job, the kind of reputation you have is completely up to you. And it's just one side of you. You're a divine being with many different kinds of sides. And to limit yourself to a specific quality would be to limit the love of God. And that is why, and you can't do that. So, like, love itself is limitless. And so, when Jesus says, "I never knew you, depart from me," he's saying, if you try to put a limit on this love, you're not going to be able to know me. And you're also not going to be able to know yourself. And so I want to make it clear that the person that you see here, this is just one side of me. And it's really just this is my message to encourage, to empower, and to help build a spiritual online presence in which we can reclaim the tree of kings in our bloodline. And I understand that we are all, and to understand that we are all one. We are all way more alike than we are different. But that doesn't mean that we cannot be individuals, and that rugged individualism will not equate to a freedom of the sorts and the freedom of the spirit. Your individuality is the most unique thing about you. Everybody is unique. Now, of course, I don't mean unique as in you're all special or I'm special. No, we're servants to the kingdom of God. And to be a servant of the kingdom of God is far better than it is to be a ruler of hell. I know, because I've tried to rule hell and it sucked. And I thought that I would lose my craps to give about life and my nihilistic behaviors or my nihilistic philosophies. They were absolutely dissolved when I felt the love of God. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it really is. It's something that happens to you. In my experience, it just happened. It was just a thing that happened, and it was as if my own individuality was the thing that got me closer to the source of creation. But I had to find my individuality in order to do that. And I think one thing that we can focus on as we continue to build in this community and online presence is that we can make individualism cool. We can make it cool, and you don't have to be put in all of these groups. You don't have to be put in all of these social groups or have all of these things that are attached to you to define you. And there's no such thing as a normal person. Now, there's normalities of like life in general, but I don't think there's anything like I don't think the normal person, quote unquote, exists. We're all going through something, whether we are willing to confront it and to face the adversity of it or not. And it's completely up to you to decide whether or not you want to feel that love and have that love to share and have that life to share and to give. Because that's really where we find the most meaning, is not by taking, but giving. With that being said, I hope this message was useful and informative. And until next time, peace be with you.